Hi guys, it's Jody from An Eye for Beauty, and today is Sunday, September 24th, 2023. This is our weekly energy update, and we are working with the Guardian Angels today. It's a deck called the Guardian Angel deck, but what I want you to do is just take a second and tune in, whether you know who your guardian angel is or not, whether you believe in guardian angels or not, and just ask for a piece of advice, something that you need to hear today. I have not been doing a lot of research, and yet a lot of heavy information, world event information, is coming my way. And it's a lot of stuff, and if you dig deep, you know what I'm talking about, especially having to do with the children. And so I felt that it was important for my own self, as well as for everybody, that we really just ask the guardian angels. We need some peaceful, simple guidance. So take a second. And while you're doing that, I am going to pull the 3 cards. So as always, think about what cards you would like to work with. We're calling upon the guardian angels of everyone that is listening to this message. We are calling upon the universal energy, God, divine creator, and we always call in Archangel Michael. He protects these videos as I record them and anyone that is watching them. We call upon the Archangel Raphael, so you receive a healing through the video, and any other archangel that you're aware of or that wants to come through, divine, heavenly, white light. Okay, we actually have 4 cards, but we are going to put the 2 cards that came out in the end together, okay? All right, so we have 3 sets of cards, and every card is about basically being in your thoughts, being in the head. So right off the bat, I think that as a general reading for everyone, it is time for us to get out of the head and into the heart. Now you might be saying, okay, that's easy for you to say, but how do you do it? It's a daily practice. And it is when you are noticing that you're going into the mind chatter, whether you're someone that's an overthinker, someone that's getting into an anxious reel of thoughts in your head, whether it's just the fact that you have a lot in your head, so much to the point where you feel like your head is going to explode. I want you to visualize coming out of the head and coming into the heart. Now, how does it feel when you're in the heart? What does it feel like? Does it feel restricted? Does it feel heavy? Does it feel loving? Can you come into the heart from coming out of the head and imagine your guardian angel is taking their wings and wrapping them around you like a giant hug? That is what I want you to do. It's a very simple step that I cannot do for you, that no one can do for you but you. And you have free will, and you need to have the willingness to do this. And it's something that is so simple that you can put into practice multiple times a day, but at least once a day will help and serve you, even if it's 5 minutes. So you might do it, you might feel better, you might feel more calm, more peaceful, and then all of a sudden somebody comes into the room in your family and distracts you or pisses you off, or something happens, you see something on the TV, the doorbell rings, the phone rings, and you go back to the way you were before you did that practice. Just know that you continually doing it is going to integrate, not in the physical, but in the spiritual and in the emotional and in the mental bodies. And the more that you do this practice, the more it's going to integrate into the chakra system, into the meridians of the body, into the organs on a cellular level. The more that you practice this, the more you are going to see results. Have patience. I see that a lot with people that come in for Reiki that never come back. It's because they think that it's going to be one time and it's going to solve all of their problems. And that is not the case. I see that when I do angel card readings for people, and sometimes a lot of information comes out for them that they weren't ready to receive, but Spirit knew they needed it. But sometimes they just couldn't handle it all. And they never come back because they think it didn't work. But nothing that is important or that is worth it in life is one and done. So I want you to put yourself first. Self-care is crucial, and give yourself moments in each day. Do it your way. You don't have to call upon the archangels like I do, but do it in your way that feels comfortable enough, but still a little uncomfortable, because that's where the growth is, for you to step into understanding that you need to get out of the head and into the heart. And with that, we're going with card number 1. They have a lot of words on them, so I'm going to read it to you. So card number 1 says, you may feel as though you're restricted by the circumstances you find yourself in, but it's just an illusion. Make a promise to yourself to refuse to be stuck in a situation that is making you unhappy. Don't wait for someone to come to the rescue when you can free yourself. What comes to mind for me, of course, this is general and it's personal stuff. But what comes to mind to me is how so many of us have waken up in the last several years because of the 2020 illness that came to be. And it wasn't an accident, it was purposeful. It was purposeful on earth as well as purposeful in the heavens, because God needed us to wake up. And I look back in years prior where I really was asleep and I didn't even know it. And there are still people in that way today that trust anything, especially a big corporation or a big building with people in it in the state of Washington, that think that those others and trust those others to protect them. But what we've seen today is that you are the one that protects yourself. And the illusion is the fact that God and the universe actually is who is protecting you. Even in all the bad stuff, God and the universe is protecting you. Because sometimes we have to go through the bad stuff, but you're protected in the sense that it doesn't get terrible, it's just bad. As an example, you know, we're not going to be on this earth as humans, walking on the earth, doing our journey, walking our path, and everything's going to be easy and everything's going to be wonderful and loving and great. What would you be here for? You're experiencing life. So when the illusion comes in that you have to go outside of yourself for anything, I'm talking anything. Maybe you have an illness right now, or you found out you are sick with a disease. What practices are you putting into place? Of course, there's going to be fear coming in. But then are you getting out of the head and into the heart and remembering the presence of God, the presence of whoever you believe in as the higher power to protect you, to hold your hand, to walk you through it. Maybe it's a divorce you're going through, same thing. When I went through my divorce, I didn't know any of the spiritual stuff, but I felt like I was being protected. Maybe you feel the same way. Looking back, boy, was I protected, but I didn't know it at the time. Can you open up your mind to understand that whatever it is that you believe you need to do outside of yourself, realize that you don't. Got it all right in here. And that's why we want to get out of the head and into the heart, because this is where the devil energy, the evil energy, the low energy comes in and cripples us in some cases. The fear could be crippling. The anxiousness could be crippling. And I'm not talking about mental illness, anxiousness, and that kind of stuff. I'm talking about when you're every day pretty much stable, balanced, and then all of a sudden something happens and it makes you fearful. That's what I'm referring to. Can you get out of the head and into the heart? Because that is what you need to be doing for yourself. And to be perfectly honest, as I'm doing this for you guys, what the angels are saying to me is we're not doing this as a 3-card reading today. So, sorry, but I gotta listen to them. We are doing this as a general reading for all of us, me and you, because we all need to hear this. And it's coming in very, very strong. So the next card that's coming up is now we're in this process of healing. So we're talking about all that we've been experiencing, and now this card is saying it's time to clean up your life. Get rid of anything that clutters your space or makes you disorganized. People who take from you but don't give back should be released as well. You or another person involved in this situation is wise and is insightful, and this is part of your life experience. And then the next card says messenger of thought. So we went from all of this that we think we're restricted by to going in the process of healing out of the head and into the heart. And then what's the next card is that something new is going to be coming into your life, okay? A new thought, a new way of being. What's a new way of being? When I am in my head and there's a lot in there and it's cluttered, or when I'm in my head, I'm telling you from experience this last month, a lot of anxiety in the head. I did exactly what's coming through here. I got myself out of my head and into my heart. I did things that made me feel calmer and more peaceful. For me, it's essential oils. Didn't always work though. It's certain music. It's drinking a cold glass of water or splashing water on my face. Some could say this is perimenopause, but whatever it was, I had to figure out ways to get out of the thoughts and into the heart. And that is what many of us are dealing with today. It's funny, I watch Yoga with Adriene. I do Yoga with Adriene, and she's been on YouTube for years. She has millions of followers. And she just posted the last 2 weeks, she posted a meditation for panic and anxiety. And now she just posted a yoga for panic and anxiety. What does that say? We're all going through this together. The reminder is that we are protected. The universe has our back. Yes, we're going through all of this stuff. We're seeing, some of us more than others, seeing a lot of stuff that we didn't even know was happening. And for some people, they couldn't even handle it. And I'm talking about the children. You could do your research. But what we have to realize is that we are protected at the end of the day. So if I'm calling in my 2 guardian angels, each of us has 2 guardian angels for all of your soul's eternity at least. And then I have my Reiki guardian angel, which if you're attuned to Reiki, you will learn that in Reiki 3. But we can have more than that. And then we have spirit guides. Then we have ancestors. We have a lot. Instead of trusting or believing that you have to go outside of yourself to another human on this earth, how about you start putting into practice the fact that you don't have to do that, but instead go into your spirit team of divine white light, because they want to help you. They're all around you. They're waiting for you to call upon them. Today, your action step is to release the fact that they are not there and allowing the fact that they are, and allow them to start to help you through whatever it is that you're experiencing at this time. Remember the saying, this too shall pass, and it will. It may take longer than we want, but it will. And that's it for today. So I hope that this helped you guys. I hope that it empowered you and inspired you to know that you have spirit guides all around you. All you have to do is give them permission. I wish you guys a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.